2018 season is hitting the home stretch. The time of year when the pressure is on, where drivers make the final push for the championship title.
It's important for us to keep picking up the points and making sure we just focus on our own job.
We have to win that championship. There's no question about that.
When the point tally comes into focus,
we can try and seal a championship. That's what we've been aiming for all year, so we'll just make sure we get the points and bring it home.
And this season is no different. Higgins and Drew are out front in the Rally Championship, poised to reclaim the title. Meanwhile, the Rallycross team sits third and fourth in their series. But there's still work to do. The next two events are new to the calendar.
Going to a new rally, fresh pace notebooks, no experience, no data.
Higgins will be faced with his biggest challenge of the year, a level playing field against one of his Rallycross teammates who has a strong rally pedigree of his own.
Yeah, it's a new event for everybody, so it's kind of more even going into it.
This is Launch Control. Boise, Idaho. This is the home of one of two new rounds of the American Rally Association Championship.
So we are in Idaho for Rally Idaho 2018. It will be my second event on the rally side, so I'm very, very excited to be back in the rally car.
For Subaru, it's a fresh challenge with unknown roads and empty pace notebooks.
It was really exciting, going to a new rally, fresh pace notebooks, no experience, no data. It was a big challenge on the recce for the co-drivers to, constantly write in so many corners. And I got to one point where, I used a system 1 to 6, 6 being fast and 1 being slow. And I was using lots of ones that I never ever used, and then I needed something more. I'm like, where do we go from here? We're already off the scale. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a big workout for sure. And, it is really nice to be at a different place, different towns, and, seeing some different roads again.
I'm gonna try to be quick in the beginning, start 100% from the first stage and then see if we can put some pressure on him and see how it goes. So Lance just texted me that I need to be nice and stay on the road. So I will try to do that and win, yes.
With the rally set to begin stage 1, members of the MtnRoo crew, a group of Subaru owners who prefer to keep their cars on the dirty side, have made the 17-hour trek from California to take in their first rally. Spectating rally takes dedication and determination. No grandstands, no beer cart. The MtnRoo team navigates their way into the wilderness to hang out among the trees, ready for their first taste of rally dust. First on the line, Higgins and Drew lead the way.
3, 2, 1, go.
At a dry rally, choosing road position is a toss-up. Running first means sweeping the road of loose dirt and reduced traction.
Entry, left 4 minus. 30, clip, right 4 tightens hold.
Higgins opted to be first to avoid getting held up in dust. But the organizers have extended the gap between cars to 5 minutes for safety. What's done is done. They'll have to push hard to try and finish the opening stage on top. Next up, Sandell has the advantage of running second.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
It takes him a stage to find his rally legs again. He loses 8 seconds to his teammate on stage 1, but then attacks.
Läs vänster 5,5 lång, ni för något 70. Kort höger 6 över krön, i vänster 6, till krön håll höger. Kort vänster 6 över krön, 70. Höger 1 i vägskäl. Kort höger 3. Till luften vänster 1, nyper. 100. Grön i höger.
By the end of the loop, Sandell emerges the leader by 12 seconds. At the only service of the day, the number 18 and number 75 Subarus arrive telling different tales.
I felt that pedal was a little bit soft, but nothing bad. First stage we caught a bit of dust, lost a bit of time there, but then they increased the gap, and so it was more fair for the second two, and so much fun to drive this car. Like I enjoying every second of it, just with a big smile, and you know, just driving on the limit of the pace notes all the time, and it's such a good feeling. I'm very happy.
Patrik is pleased overall.
Okay.
For David, things didn't go perfectly to plan.
We had a good run, but we didn't sort of take any risk. They've given a big dust window now, so we're where we thought we'd have the benefit of having the dust being first on the road. Now we're doing like lots of cleaning, but they're not getting the dust, so that's where we thought we were going to be in a real comfortable position today. We've been like first. That's not happened, and we made a small change to the car because we unfortunately in the pre-event test we had a small issue that we couldn't run on the twisty road. So we sort of guessed something with a differential setup to try and make the car turn and go in easy on the slow corners, and it's been really good to make it do that, but unfortunately we don't have the traction to then get out of it, so I think we'll revert back to our old setup now, but we've lost a little bit of too much time with Patrik on the last two stages, so the gap's not massive, but it's obviously it's not quite what we aim for today.
With service complete, the teams prepare to leave, but a small brush fire in the area puts the rally on hold. The forest fire crew is brought in quickly to extinguish the fire, but 2 stages are canceled, leaving just a single stage left on day 1. The flat-out final stage of the day could decide the rally. With teams unsure if the 5-minute separation will stay intact for day 2, both Subarus want to end the day in the lead, clear of all the dust tomorrow.
3, 2, 1, go. Left 4 plus long, 40.
Higgins is still first on the road. He's determined to retake the lead.
Then flat crest, 120 Higgins.
Now, with the car set up more to his liking, he's on the limit.
Right, boy, on then. Right 3 long, open to tight 3 plus don't.
Disaster averted. He sets a time 11 minutes, 5.3 seconds. Next up, it's Sandell's turn to impress.
Pretty cool. Yeah. It's a little bit faster than when we do it.
A little bit.
Patrik wants that dust-free road position.
Vänster 2 nyper, halvlång 50. Grön omgående, höger 3 nyper 2. 100. Höger 5 över grön, nyper minus, halvlång hel. Vänster 6, 80. Litet grön, håll mitt. Till vänster 5 lång, ja.
Matching Subarus. Matching effort. Sandell and Almquist cross the line 4 seconds slower, but end the day with a 9-second lead. As morning breaks in Idaho City, both Subaru drivers prepare for a full day of rallying. Without a championship to think about, Sandell's goal is simple.
So it's the start of day 2. We are in the lead, but just with a few seconds. David is hunting us down. We started behind him on the road yesterday, but now as we are in the lead going into the second day, we will be first on the road. So we shouldn't have a problem running into any dust today, which is a positive thing.
We want to go hard, but we never normally sort of drive with massive risk, and you know that's the sort of thing you save for the last day of a rally when the championship's on the line. So if we can get that done down here, then we can go to Tour de Forest in a couple of weeks and let our hair down and have a bit of fun.
Before the 2 Subarus set off, they connect with their overlanding comrades who are gearing up for another day of spectating.
I think it's so cool with the Subaru community all over America that it seems like, you know, from our side with the rally team and all of you guys, we are just a big happy family.
Yeah,
And it's really cool, like how a car brand can connect people like
It's
that.
crazy. That's cool that you guys get it too, because it's like everyone's like you guys are famous, you know. But it's still everyone treats you guys the same and everything. It's all family. It's awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Sandell is now the first on the line.
4, 3, 2, 1, start höger 2. Till vänster 3, öppnar halvlång 80.
He dives into the first stage of the day feeling comfortable enough in this rally car to begin to push his own limits. Up in the mountains, the Subaru fans are ready.
For most of us, this is our first time actually at a real rally stage. We got an idea of where all the stages were and checked the maps, and then we head out and find the trails that lead us to spots like this where they're going to come drive by, get a couple shots, and then we hop back in our car and go to the next spot where we could try to capture them coming around a turn and get a couple more shots for us.
This being my first rally, I didn't know what to expect. It's like there's an anticipation that gets you really excited, and then when they pass you, they go by so fast.
In the car, the yellow Subaru is stretching its legs.
Break 50, tvärhåll vänster.
They extend their lead by an additional 15 seconds on the opening stage.
Till litet krön i kort höger 5.
Behind them, Higgins and Drew fight their desire to push 10/10ths. The win is still in their sights, but Sandell is taking risks that the 8-time champion simply can't take, not with so much on the line.
Dip and left 6, tightens of a crest, then right 3 minus long, and keeps tightening 2 minus hold tightens.
They lose another 7 seconds on stage 9. The MtnRoo crew like to play in the dirt, but their appreciation of the display put on by the rally drivers is clear.
But there's something about just the dust and everything that they leave in its wake, the car took. You just keep imagining it over and over again.
The opening leg of the day complete. Team MtnRoo moves to their next spot. Team Subaru heads to service.
We did a big push on the first stage, tried to increase the gap. We are in a comfortable lead right now, going into the afternoon loop.
Is it a tighter course than it normally is too?
I would say that these stages are tighter than the rest of the rallies in America.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of like special rallies back in Europe, so I'm used to this type of roads.
Higgins and Drew have not managed to make up time on Sandell, so they revise their plan.
Unfortunately for us, the dust just was really bad in there in places, so you have to check up. There's so many blind crests with like corners over them that when you can't even see the road, you're sort of second guessing where you are, and you're braking, coming to almost stopping places to try and to get through it. Where we're sitting now, we're in a very strong position to lift the championship, so we've got to really focus on that now. As much as we want to be out there battling, I think the bigger picture is important now at this point of the day.
With 3 stages remaining in the rally, both Subarus have everything to lose and little to gain, for 2 very different reasons. For Higgins and Drew, with the title on the line, the pressure is seemingly off.
And short left 4 minus 30.
With priorities set, they can relax into their role and rely on their experience. Complete the stages at a fast but comfortable pace. And wouldn't you know it, they win the last 2 stages of the event.
Minus tightens of a crest, sudden turn, left 2 plus, over finish tightens 2 minus.
They cross the line to reclaim the American Rally title once again.
Okay. So, champions, mate.
Good job, mate.
Well done.
0, number 10.
For Patrik and Per, they're out to win this event. It's rare to walk into a championship and bring home 2 victories in 2 attempts.
Halvlopp 20. Grön omgående höger 3.
The lead shrinks down to 24 seconds in a calculated manner.
Till grön omgående kort höger 3. Vänster 2.50.
And they cross the line with a win in hand.
Nyper.
Bra som fan! Yes!
For years, Higgins and Drew have dominated American Rally.
David Higgins and Craig Drew.
Every year but one. Today, the champions corrected that path. Back at the top of the standings for the 7th time together.
When we got the dust on the first couple of stages, we knew when we'd lost something like 18 seconds to Patrik, we knew to try and pull that time back would have took a big risk that we weren't really willing to do when we had the championship on the line. So very, very easy to make a mistake and just slide wide and just drift off the side of the road at any point. So great to win the championship, but never happy to finish second, but sometimes it just has to be done.
Champions never want to lose a battle, but today, they win the war.
So congratulations to David and Craig on stealing the championship. Let's hear it for our overall podium.
The teammates take the top step as both Subaru factory rally cars finish on the podium.
This rally was pure fun from the very first stage, and it was such an amazing feeling to be able to fight with David throughout the 2 days of the rallying. And then be able to win in the end was just perfect.
Higgins and Drew breathe easy. The pressure is off. The next morning, roles are reversed. The MtnRoo crew get to show the rally team their world. Overlanding is about going places most don't dare to, exploring what the world has to offer.
We just drove down from the rally, down to Bonneville Salt Flats. It's just unreal. It feels like, I don't know, if I'm maybe on the moon, maybe on a different planet. It's just a completely different nature to something I ever seen.
We're gonna head out to Silver Island and go do some trails up there. And then we'll head over to Floating Mountain, which I believe is over there a little bit more. And that's where we'll be setting up camp tonight. So awesome. Hopefully everyone's ready. Everyone got their gear?
That's
perfect. Yeah.
Taking it in and appreciating the moment.
And we took a trail around this mountain, came back around, and now we're on the Floating Mountain. This is where we're setting up camp tonight. And hopefully in the morning we get a really nice sunrise, and we got this beautiful sunset behind us right now. And then I think once we're all set up here, we're probably gonna try to hike up to the top of the mountain and just hang out for the rest of the night and enjoy the night.
We're on the floating island out here in the Bonneville Salt Flats of western Utah. It's a pretty desolate place. There's not much. Gotta be pretty tough to live out here. No ants, no nothing, but it's a pretty cool spot. As you can see, there's nothing for about a 30-mile radius at least. No town, no lights. Just kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's nice and quiet.
So is this one of those you just like throw up and then it pops out and then it's done? Yeah, this looks like a tent. I've done this before. This is a tent. Upside down. Upside down. Yeah, it's so easy nowadays. So it was really cool to be able to squeeze this trip in between the rally I just did and then MtnRoo World Games that is up next weekend here in Salt Lake City. So it's just cool to be able to join this group of people and experience their life.
I've always been a mild Subaru fan, but this kind of drives me to want to get one and lift it as high as it can go. And these guys are crazy. I think I'm moving in my big truck and they're hauling past everything, eating bumps left and right. I feel like I'm, I don't know, a support crew for a rally team or something. So it's pretty sweet. I like it a lot. They're all good people too.
Yeah, this is the MtnRoo lifestyle. I mean, a lot of people here are kind of from all over the place, so this is a really cool trip for us to all meet up here. We got some new people, which is awesome, and I feel like every time someone comes out, they fall in love with what we're doing. It's super peaceful. We're a family every time we do this, especially when you get to camp like this. Everyone just bonds. It's awesome.
Taking it in and appreciating the moment. Nitro Rallycross is just a few days away. But this is a chance to shift gears and celebrate a successful weekend. They enjoy a night under the stars. For tomorrow, the work begins again.